Unpredictable Kane. By Cindy Christmas. It was the hurricane season, which is usually around June to November. Heather and her twin brother Wayne was excited because they love the rain. Even though hurricanes can be dangerous and scary. They believe that their parents' house was strong because the wall house was built only a year ago. Also, their parents had everything in the house. First aid kits, canned foods, snacks, batteries for the flashlights, in case the lights went out, also buckets of water, in case the water went off. Heather and Wayne felt bad for their neighbor Jennifer, because her house did not look strong enough to make it through the hurricane season. Jennifer was a nice old lady who lived alone. Most of the time she would go by her children's house when a bad hurricane was coming. For her house was as old as she was. Everyone just knew if a bad hurricane came, her house would be destroyed. Roger and his wife Brittany, who were also Heather and Wayne's neighbors, lived in a fairly new house, but they were never prepared for hurricanes, as they always waited last minute to go shopping for canned foods, flashlights and other things. On the news, the meteorologist said that a hurricane Category 3 would be coming in 48 hours. Most people who were not prepared rushed to the grocery stores to get canned foods, bottled waters, fruits, canned juices, cereal and bread. Some people bought sandbags and covered their windows and glass doors with plywood. It was the month of September. Many kids were excited, especially Heather and Wayne, because schools were going to be closed. Places that were known to flood, people were asked to go into shelters or by relatives until the hurricane passed. As Kane, the hurricane was getting stronger. It now was a Category 4 hurricane and was moving faster, also spawning tornadoes. As lots of heavy rain began to fall, Heather and Wayne watched movies on television and ate snacks. Their parents, on the other hand, was praying and hoping that no damages will be done to their home. As rain continued to fall harder, the lightning flashed, and the thunder rolled. Outside the streets was covered with water. The winds was blowing, so strong, that branches fell off trees, and on top of cars. The hurricane was getting close. As the lightning flashed brightly, the thunder rolled even louder. Heather and Wayne screamed. They were scared as the thunder shook the earth, and the lightning struck the electrical pole, leaving the neighborhood in darkness. Heather and Wayne had their flashlights in their hands. They started to get scared when they saw water coming into the house from under the doors. Their parents put sandbags by the doors to help stop the water from coming into the house. The neighbors, Roger and Brittany, were in their house when their roof flew off. They ran down to the basement, hoping to be safe there. At this point Heather and Wayne were not excited anymore. In fact, they were almost in tears, wishing the hurricane would go away. Jennifer was not at home, but the winds shook her house. It looked like it was moving side to side, almost like if the house was dancing. Some cars were damaged and started to drift down the street from the flooding. Also, objects were flying, breaking windows and glass doors. Even though Heather and Wayne's parents had sandbags by the doors, the sandbags couldn't stop all of the water, which made the rugs, and soon the entire floor was flooded. The rain continued to pour for a few more hours, destroying Roger and Brittany's house, except for the basement. Jennifer's old house still stands strong with no damages. The water inside Heather and Wayne's parents' house destroyed the rugs, loosening the tiles, and damaging some furnitures. Though the hurricane was gone, and the rain had stopped, the lights were still off, and there was no water. Roger and Brittany were crying because of the damages that were done to their house, but happy they were not hurt. Heather and Wayne felt sad because of the water in their parents' house that caused damages. Still, they were happy that the hurricane was gone, and prayed that they will never encounter another hurricane like that again. When all the water was gone from the streets, the water and lights came back on. Everyone was happy because people was starting to run out of food. People started to clean up. Also, everyone in the neighborhood was surprised to see the oldest house, and weakest looking, was still standing, which was Jennifer's house. Heather and Wayne was glad that Roger and Brittany was not hurt, because sometimes people lose their lives due to hurricanes. The insurance coverage had Roger and Brittany's home rebuilt. Heather and Wayne realized that no matter how much you prepare for a hurricane, you are never really prepared, because hurricanes can be unpredictable. The end.